Millions of years ago, long before the first word was ever spoken, before the first story was ever told, before civilization itself even had a name, a momentous event took place on the plains of Africa. A single creature, driven by forces we can only now begin to understand, rose from 4 limbs to 2. In that one simple act of standing upright, our story began. That single step, ... It changed everything. For these early ancestors, our distant relatives, known as us, the world was a landscape of both breathtaking beauty and unrelenting danger. To see the world from a new height was a revelation, but it was also to be seen. Life was a constant, desperate struggle. Every sunrise brought with it the gnawing pangs of hunger, the chilling bite of the cold, and the ever-present shadow of predators lurking just beyond the edge of sight. Survival wasn't a given. It was a daily, hard-won miracle. But within this crucible of hardship, something extraordinary was beginning to flicker. These early hominids were not just surviving, they were adapting, learning, and innovating. Look here. As hands that once only climbed and clung now perform a delicate and powerful dance. With focus and precision, one stone is struck against another. This is the birth of technology. These first, crudely shaped stone tools were more than just rocks. They were the extension of a burgeoning will, the first tangible proof of a mind beginning to impose its design upon the natural world. These simple implements could butcher a carcass, break open bones for nutrient-rich marrow, and defend against the prowling dangers of the savannah. Each successful strike was a victory, a small but crucial step away from being mere prey. Then came a discovery that would forever alter our destiny. Fire. Perhaps it was a gift from a lightning strike, a terrifying and awe-inspiring pillar of light and heat. But where other creatures saw only destruction and fled, one of our ancestors saw something more. They saw warmth. They saw light to pierce the suffocating darkness. They saw a weapon to keep the great predators at bay. Taming this wild element was no simple feat. It required courage, patience, and a level of cooperative effort never before seen. Huddled together in the protective embrace of a cave, the flickering flames cast dancing shadows on the walls. And for the first time, our ancestors experienced a true sanctuary, a safe haven from the brutal world outside. The night no longer belonged solely to the hunters with sharp teeth and claws, but the fire gave them more than just physical warmth and safety. It gave them time. Time to rest, time to be together, and most importantly, time to think. As they stared into the mesmerizing, ever-changing heart of the flames, a new kind of fire began to burn within their minds. In the quiet moments between the struggle for survival, their gaze turned upward to the vast, star-dusted canvas of the night sky. What were those points of light? They began to connect the past with the present, to remember the success of a hunt, to anticipate the changing of the seasons. They began to imagine what lay beyond the horizon, to dream of worlds unseen. This was the dawn of consciousness. Here, in the quiet glow of a prehistoric campfire, something was born that no other creature on Earth possessed in quite the same way. Abstract thought, the ability to ask why, the capacity for wonder, the power of imagination. The human mind was awakening, a universe of infinite possibility beginning to unfold within the confines of a skull. It was here that we first stepped beyond the boundaries of instinct and into the realm of intellect and emotion. We were no longer just creatures of the earth. We were becoming its observers, its questioners, and its storytellers. From this pivotal moment, the path of humanity accelerated. The spark of consciousness, ignited by the mastery of fire and the creation of tools, grew into a roaring flame. It led to the development of complex language, allowing for the transfer of knowledge from one generation to the next. It fueled the creation of art, the first symbolic representations of their world painted onto cave walls. This foundation gave rise to agriculture, the ability to cultivate the land and build permanent settlements. From those settlements grew the first villages, then towns, and eventually the sprawling cities and empires that would come to define human history. Pyramids would reach for the heavens, philosophies would challenge our understanding of existence, and ships would cross vast oceans. Every book ever written, every symphony ever composed, every scientific breakthrough, every journey to the stars, every single achievement of our species can be traced back to this distant, humble beginning. It all started here, in the deep past, with a single step, a sharpened stone, and a group of ancestors brave enough to gather around a fire and dare to look up at the stars and wonder. This is not just the story of our origins. It is the story of the birth of the human dream. This is where we began. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. If you were captivated by the dawn of humanity, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into the story of us. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning.